Hello, friends. Today I am going to be doing a reading about love languages. And before we start this reading, I just wanted to show you my sister sent me some new decks yesterday, and I'm so pumped. We got Beyond Lumeria, which I think is an ancient world. I want to say that I've done research on this in the past, but I need to get back into it and do more research here. But these oracle cards are by Izzy Ivy. We have the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle that has some beautiful artwork in there by Kelly Sullivan Walden. And we have Believe in Your Own Magic by Amanda Lovelace. These pictures are like I opened each deck and looked at each card, and I really connect with these on another level. And also these dream cards, which are really cool. They have quotes, and you know how I like my quote cards for advice. So for the love reading, the love language reading, I feel like we need to do these two. And my spirit guides are showing me the Alice the Wonderland deck and the affirmation card deck. So I will shuffle these up really quick into 3 piles and we will be right back. Alrighty, we have the piles here. On this pile number 1, I have red jasper. On pile number 2, I have some purple and green fluorite. And on pile number 3, I have some, the name just, is it calcite? The name just left me. Alright, so choose which pile you feel drawn to, and let's get into the reading. Alright, pile number 1. Here is the cards. This is going to be kind of a quick little reading here. I only have 4 cards drawn, but I also have this card that the universe said is a message for all 3 piles, and that is, today I am special. Today I will realize that I am a unique, one-of-a-kind person. And they're saying to me that that means that no 2 people are alike, and you must learn each other's love language. When you're in a new relationship, you must go over what you're expecting of each other in a relationship and what you're willing to give and not give. So that is a important message for all of us today. I'll set that over here. All right, so let's see what these cards have to say. Our next affirmation card is, today I am powerful. Today my potential to succeed and conquer challenges is limitless. So I feel like maybe there is some type of energy in your relationship that is like a stalemate, like you don't know where to go. And if you can see here on the card, I hope it shows, there is like little hearts across the top. So I'd say that is a confirmation that this is a love reading. All right, and also it's giving you reassurance that you can figure this out with your significant other. We have choices, feeling blocked and restrained. Okay, it may be you have too many choices. It may feel like you don't have any choices. She looks like she's reclining on a couch here and just looking really sad. So maybe you are unfulfilled in this relationship. Maybe you sit next to each other on the couch and feel nothing, or you question, like, what else could we be doing? Maybe you're bored. Okay. This card here, the Dream Oracle, or is it the Dream Cards? This is one of my new decks here. dream cards. Okay, imagine that your heart opens a little more every time you breathe out. It's easier for you to receive your dream with an open heart. So let's just take a moment to take a deep breath in and then out. And while you breathe out, imagine that your heart is opening up a little bit each time. So we're going to take 3 deep breaths together, okay? Ready? So imagine the gates of your heart are opening. Okay, and you may feel like the tension is releasing, and if that is the case, you are on the right track. All right, and we have the universe. We are all just stardust. So I feel like this card is a reminder that no one is perfect, and there isn't one plan that's right for everyone. Okay, we say this first card here was about being unique and one of a kind. Um, and each I'm getting the message here that each person has their own way of giving love and receiving love, but also when those two people come together, they create this new energy. They create this new relationship, this new entity. Um, Sometimes people will call a couple that's really in tune with each other a power couple. And really, you get to the power couple stage by having open communication and talking to each other about what you expect, and also giving understanding what the other person wants and giving that to them. And it's very important that you are setting boundaries in your relationship if there's something that you don't like doing, for example. So it seems like you are kind of like stuck. Maybe you feel like, how can we come to this agreement? And it really just, I really get the message that you got to stop comparing your current relationship to others, to what you wish it would have been, to how you hope it's going to be, and just kind of like work with what you got. Okay. Again, we're all just stardust. I want to read the book for this one here. I just wanted to say I will be doing a deck review on this in the coming weeks or months. Let's see here. And I will read what the universe card here says. When we are children, we can barely comprehend the vastness of our lives, let alone the existence of other planets. It's not long before we learn we aren't the center of the universe, but we are specks of stardust in one of its many skies. However, we must all still do our part to take care of our own individual worlds, or else it throws everything else off balance. Make sure to keep balance in your life, but don't forget the big picture stuff. Recycle, don't litter, and give thanks. So that's another good one. And I got 2 messages in one there with that card there of not treating your relationship like garbage. I feel like there is an illusion here that this isn't a good relationship, that it might not work out. And if both parties are believing it, then it's going to be coming true. But if both parties can get to the point where their heart is opening and they are more optimistic about their potential, that the relationship has potential, there may be more possibility for it to actually turn into this amazing, understanding, respectful relationship. And also give thanks. That was another message that this card here had. So focus on what this person does do for you. Um, I will say a lot of the time it's like this person is helping me, or I'm helping this person. Why are they not helping me back? And it could be both ways. Both parties feel like they're helping but not receiving. And the result of that is, or the reason for that is because you haven't communicated your needs to each other. If if the guy likes to buy a girl things, but the girl doesn't want money, she just wants attention, physical attention, like hugs or holding hands, then she feels like she's not getting anything, and he feels like he's keeps giving and not getting, she's never satisfied. But the truth is he's not giving her what she wants or what her love language is. So there's this miscommunication between the two of you that is causing this trouble. So definitely your message here is that your heart may feel like you can either leave or you can stay, and the universe is saying it's up to you. But your potential to conquer this challenge is possible, and all you have to do here is open your heart up a little bit and have this communication and realize, you know, there isn't one right path to make this happen. So thank you for watching this reading, Pile 1. I hope that this helped you out. Stay unique. Love and light. Hello, Pile number 2. You chose the green fluorite and purple fluorite. I feel like a youthfulness, like a happiness, like an adventure. Like I'm seeing like a couple holding hands, frolicking down across the beach. Just a honeymoon phase, something this could be a new relationship that we're talking about. Or maybe you have figured out each other's love languages, or you're starting anew, kind of like renewing a vow. I just feel like there's this newness energy that I am receiving. And I got this card for all piles to remember: today I am special. Today I will realize that I am unique, a one-of-a-kind person. And the universe also wants to say, you are one of a kind, your partner is one of a kind, your love languages are one of a kind, and together you create this new love language, this new way of love, this new communication of love. So let's see what the other cards have to say here. We have, today I feel worthy. Today I will accept all of the wonderful things in this life. So it could be that maybe you felt like you were not worthy of love. It could be that your view of yourself and your own worth is causing problems in your relationship, or maybe you view the other person as not worthy. So today it's time to reevaluate your worth and your beliefs about being unique. It could be that you're not realizing how great it is that the two of you are like no one else. Okay, we have keeping up, immense effort, advance. Okay, so I just get the feeling like you have this tension, like if you're not perfect, they're gonna leave, or to keep this relationship flowing, you have to do this, do that, do all the other things so that they accept you, or so that you can keep the peace. With the time here, it's like kind of warped a little bit on the bottom. It seems like there's some kind of situation in your life where you have to rush and get it all done in a certain amount of time. If this is an abusive relationship, you might not realize it's a abusive relationship. That's what I'm getting. And the abuse can come from both sides. It really, I'm getting the message that it stems from insecurity from both of you. And I definitely feel like there's some kind of yelling, like there's a problem with the way that you communicate where you both are raising your voices to each other. And that's a troubling aspect of the situation. Let's see what this card here says. Trust is to be able to trust what you cannot yet see with our own eyes. Use your imagination. Create your dreams in your mind, and they will become clearer for you to see. So yes, this is very true. It's really difficult to imagine that your relationship could get better if it's not already happening. So I think that this is like a time when you need to reflect on how you're portraying your side of the argument. Excuse me. If you're hurt and you're saying things that are hurtful, it's like putting wood on the fire. Okay? Sometimes listening ears are our best form of healing, of affection. Sometimes, I read often those like Ask Amy or whatever, the relationship advice stuff. Like something's going on in someone's life, they need advice or whatever. And oftentimes I get the ones, and now it just went out of my mind. All right, I tried to sit here and meditate and try to get that thought back, but it's not coming back. I hope it will. Let's see what this other card has to say. Okay, storm. Every hurricane comes to an end. All right, I just remembered it. So the guy or the girl or whoever will say, they come home and they just complain about their day to me and they vent it out, and they just talk and then it makes me feel bad when we are done with the conversation. And I hate that they feel bad all the time at work. Why are they putting up with this job if they hate it so much? Okay, and that's the storm. Kind of like makes me feel like this is what that yelling and that talking about is. And in a relationship, if you have a bad day, who are you going to go talk to about it? Okay. I know for a fact that I like to sit down with my significant other and we talk about our day. And I notice that sometimes we will just get caught up on all the negative things that happened. So my spirit guides are telling me right now that it's a very good practice to start out with the things that stressed you out. And then after you talk about all the things that stressed you out, then talk about the things that were good, things that actually worked out. And then by the end of it, give each other a hug or a kiss or a cuddle or whatever it is that your love language speaks. Both of your love languages speak about. And then it will help transition that energy to positive, because it's like you do need to get that negative energy out. Okay, if anybody has to work with other people, which is like 90% of the jobs out there, you gotta talk to somebody else. There's always going to be a day where something doesn't go your way. And when you're in a relationship with someone, who else would you want that person to go to? Would you want that person to be sharing their whole day with someone else? I mean, I don't think so. I think that relationships, you come with the good and the bad. Um, and I want to read a couple things here. I want to read what this storm card means. But yeah, I'm really just feeling like, now that I'm looking at this, maybe there's a time of day that you don't like getting to, because like your whole day is like decent, and then like this person comes home and then like says all these things about how horrible their job is, and then you're like, your whole day is just like depressed. But it just depends on how you um, accept the situation, how you move forward after the storm happens. So here we got with the number 44 with the storm. Just when you thought things were taking a turn for the better, in came a hurricane of hurt. Now you find yourself utterly exhausted from trying to survive it all. Rest assured, the clouds are finally starting to part, making room for the much-needed sun. Like the clouds, you should also let go of the past or present pain in order to make room for something better. And I was just reminded of the newness of the relationship that I was feeling here, like a renewed vow. And I definitely feel like that's necessary at this time. There needs to be this open communication of, this is just an example here that my guides are giving me, that I care about you and I want to know how your day went, but I can't help but be left feeling depressed after you tell me about how hard your day was. Okay? So can we do it this way? Can we talk about the difficulties of our day and then talk about some good things and close it out with a hug? Okay? That is taking this power back. That's taking your power back. You see, she has that crown on her head and she's running, in the streets. That means she's taking action. She's doing something about it here. And here, trust is to be able to trust what you cannot yet see with your own eyes. Okay, using your imagination to create this new narrative that you guys can share together is going to be important. I also get the feeling like there could be someone here who's dealing with an abusive relationship. I can't help but think that this girl is afraid of when the significant other comes home. She doesn't want to have to face that. And like her eyes are black and blue. Like, are you dealing with abuse? I want to pull a clarification card. I'm going to use the Healing with the Angels deck here. And see what, okay, dreams and divine timing. Okay, this seems like with dreams, divine timing, and miracles, I mean, how can you deny that? It seems like there's going to be a new event happening. Something's going to happen and change the course of events. And hopefully it is you deciding to come at that other person with a different perspective, because I'm getting the word defensive. So you know how people can get defensive when, like, if this person that you're afraid of coming home, if they're always on edge, they never know how to calm down, it could be time for you to be the one who decides to put love first, and maybe make them a treat or something, or have something for them when they get home. Again, I keep getting this, rethink the way that you're putting your message out there. Okay, we have the lovers. Oh my goodness, you guys. This is about relationships, about commitment, union, connection. Um, the connection between you guys is important at this time. We also have the shadow side. So this is, I'm trying to remember if this is the devil or death. I think this is the devil. So both of you guys um, are we all have good and bad within us. This is what my tattoo reminds me of here. We get to choose. And so it seems like in your relationship, each of your shadow side is coming out um, to each other. Okay, and we have the Empress. Wow, look, 2 crowns. She's got a crown too. So yeah, I highly believe here that this is, you guys are just both having a bad day and taking it out on each other. And it's really difficult to get past that. Maybe you just don't know how. Um, the Empress stands for the balancing of energy, the flow. And if it's up reversed, which I intuitively felt like it was reversed when I pulled it up. Neglect, stagnation, codependency, holding on to something. Okay, and it does say in my notes here that the Empress reversed gives the advice of clearing your mental space and focusing on what you do have. Okay, so with the clearing the mental space, I think that's a confirmation for all this other part right here. Even this says, use your imagination, create your dreams in your mind, and they will become clearer for you to see. So I definitely feel like you have this clogged up energy of like how you feel this relationship is going, or it's never going to be better, or he does this or she does that, or it's always like this. Okay, that energy needs to get worked on, get worked out so that you can heal. And with these 3 angel cards here that we got, it seems like when you go within your mind here and in divine timing, you will see the results. So again, remember, today I will realize that I am a unique, one of a kind person. And today I am special. And maybe that is, you need to make your other significant other feel special. And the universe is also saying, print out a paper that talks about love languages. And that's something you guys can go over together. And if that person says, oh, I'm that one and I'm that one, take note. And you can say the same in return. This is what I would like. Okay, don't get into the, but you never do that. Okay, because that's the shadow side coming out. Okay, pretend that this is the first day. This is the starting over again. Okay, this is renewing your vows. This is what I would like from you. This is what you would like from me. And let's see if we can heal together, because I don't want to hurt you. I do love you. I'm just afraid of getting hurt again. We both need to come together and work this out in our own unique way, because our relationship is unique, because we are unique. Love and light, pile 2. Thank you so much for watching this, you unique human being. Thank you. Love and light. Hello, pile 3 with the citrine crystal. I always get that this is a fiery, like a torch or a flame. Whenever I hold on to this, it's like there's a flame within. And there's a card here that I pulled that each pile needs to know today, and that is, today I am special. Today I will realize that I am a unique, one-of-a-kind person. Okay, and when it comes to love languages, the universe wants to remind us that no one is the same. Each person wants things and wants to give different things. And in a relationship, communication is key, and it is so important that you guys are discovering your own love languages and giving the other person their love language as well. So we have affirmation cards. Okay, today I am flexible. Today I will adapt to the changes in my life with an open mind and a positive outlook. So this would be great if you felt like maybe you should watch Pile 2 as well. I would highly recommend going back there because they also had this way of changing your outlook on the relationship. That was their message a little bit. So today I am flexible. Okay. In the first two piles, I was talking about how if you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. But I feel like for this pile, you need to take into consideration why don't you want to do it? If it is something that makes you feel like you are being taken advantage of or being abused, obviously do not do that. But if your only reason for not wanting to do it is because you've never done it, or it made you uncomfortable in a past relationship, for example, maybe you were abused and then you didn't want to touch this other person, so now you don't like physical contact. Okay, but I feel like you need to question, has this current person I'm with ever made me feel like that? And if they haven't, and this person you're with's love language is cuddling, maybe you should consider having a little bit of physical touch here and there and work on it to where you'll feel comfortable and you can gain trust with this person. Because if your lack of trust stems from a different relationship, then you're just taking that trauma and putting it on this other person who doesn't deserve it. Because if they've never done that to you, then they don't deserve you putting that trauma on them. They deserve a chance. Okay, and I've done this too. I'm not blaming you. I'm just trying to help you become aware that you can be flexible here. This is what this card is talking about. And you can adapt to your significant other's love language. Let's see what we got here. Keep your temper. Don't allow anger to rule you. So yeah, I would definitely say there's trauma or heartbreak, something that you're bringing into this situation. Um, Maybe it's with this person, maybe it's some past traumatic relationship, but it could also be things are just not turning out the way that you'd hoped, and you're just angry about that. It happens, okay? But it means, this card means to not allow it to rule you any longer in this relationship. Be more open to something different here. And I'm also getting the message, maybe this person isn't meaning to hurt you, but they're also hurt. It could be that you guys are not speaking each other's love languages, so you feel like the other person doesn't care, but the truth is there's just this miscommunication. So we have, what makes your heart beat faster? Believe the signals your heart sends you. When you learn to listen to your heart, you will begin to follow it. So I feel like this reading is saying, or this card is saying, that maybe you don't even know what your love language is. So that's something that it's an intimate, private thing. I highly recommend you looking into that yourself, okay? And with the touch here, that she's touching the cat, so maybe it is being touched. I'm getting the message that it's ironic that your love language is touching when you don't like to be touched. That might not stand for everybody, but it is ironic, and it is something that you can work on. If it wasn't, like, if you get touched by this person, if they like put their hand on your shoulder or something and it brings you back to the past, okay, that's not that person's fault. That's you being triggered, and you need to take accountability for the fact that you're allowing that trigger into your current relationship. Even if, well, I'm hoping that nothing around you is like that, triggering you because it's actually happening. I'm hoping that it's just coming from the past. And with her being mad at, in this card, when touching the cat at the same time, I'm feeling like when this person speaks their love language to you, it triggers you, and you're not realizing that's what's happening. Let's see what this card is saying here. Okay. Wow. You guys, these cards are nuts. Not in a bad way. The Phoenix, okay, how is that for a happily ever after? Okay, the Phoenix is the bird. If you ever seen Harry Potter, Dumbledore has the Phoenix in his office, and when Harry comes up to it, it it is like really old and gnarly looking, and then it bursts into flames and dies, and Harry's like, "Oh my God, I just killed your bird. I didn't mean to kill him. He just did that." And Dumbledore's like, "Oh well, he was supposed to die like a long time ago. He's looking really old, and then a little baby comes out of the ashes and there's this new birth. So it seems like your relationship was like really gnarly or is really gnarly, and it has the potential to do this, to have this newness. Um, and right here I'm getting the message to look at this card again. Okay, once you discover what your love language is, and you follow your heart and you listen to what your other significant other says theirs is, you can create this new birth. You can burn this anger away, you can burn this triggeredness away, and you can have this new birth in your relationship and also with yourself. It seems like this is a transition that's going to help you for the rest of your life. And I want to just take a couple tarot cards here because I did this in the second pile, and it was really important to see what else the universe had to say here. So we have the High Priestess, the Tower, and the Magician. So automatically the Tower here is talking about a situation that can no longer exist. It needs to change, and that's what this Phoenix here is talking about. It's essentially the same thing. The old is crumbling down, burning away, and the new, whatever's left, is the new birth. The High Priestess here, it stands for the higher self. So you need to be talking with your higher self, and figuring out what this is that's triggering you. Illuminate that awareness. And it could be that you can journal your experiences. I think maybe that one is a scroll. You could consider writing down what comes up when you think about being touched, and then talk to yourself about how this is no longer happening to me. I can change. Patterns. I can change the pattern. And I'm seeing this cat sitting there looking at me. I'm not really sure the energy I'm getting out of that, but I kind of just get like you're protected and you're going to be okay. You must right now just not be listening to yourself. And you're disconnected. You have these old beliefs. But you can change that. The Magician has the wand. He can change his life. He can do whatever he wants. He can create whatever life he wants. But he is taking action. Has all of these objects on his table, like he's the alchemist, mixing all these elements until something works. Okay, so you can make magic. And I'm seeing in this table here, it says me. Can you see that? It says me. So I don't know if that's supposed to be me or if it stands for something else, but I highly recommend that you focus on me right now. You focus on yourself and you look at what's triggering you and how you can heal from it. And I'm also getting the message that if you do this, you can inspire your significant other to also look at their triggers. Okay? I really just feel like this person is a emotion, like it likes the emotional, that's a word here, but I feel like they like that touch, that feeling of emotion in a relationship. It's not enough to say I love you. You need to, sit with me and have physical touch, and whatever's happening that's triggering you and making you put the wall up is causing a lot of trouble. All right, so yes, I would highly recommend talking about what each other's love language is, and then coming back together and trying to work out these old traumas. With the I remembered here that I felt like this was a flame, so maybe you need to recognize what flame is burning within you. Is it is it the flame of anger and despair and stress? Temptation is the word that is coming to me. Or is the flame passion and hope and positive changes, things like that? So thank you for watching this video. Do not forget that you are unique and special and one of a kind person, and no love language is the same, and in a relationship they come together to form an even stronger language. And when you are a power couple with someone, it is because you are each speaking your own and listening to each other's. Love and light, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching this video.